Welcome back, traders, to another episode or this week's installment of XAUUSD trading strategy, weekly highs and lows technical analysis. Now, I hope your trades have been going really well from last week up until this week. As I said on the previous video that I did on the Monday on the NAS 100, I've been away for almost a week now, right, in regards to the last time I recorded a video. And the last video that I actually recorded on gold was on Monday last week. So Monday last week, how we left it was pretty simple. I had a trade on that week. I got closed out on the following day with a decent amount of profit, right? It could have been better, but it was a decent amount. And then I didn't do anything for the rest of the week because the position that I was looking for, I didn't get it. So I didn't do anything for the rest of the week. Now, this week, I took a trade. So I took a trade this week. I took a trade yesterday, as a matter of fact. And long story short, I lost that trade today. So I'm going to explain to you exactly what happened, how I lost that trade, and we're going to take it from there. So, okay, cool. That's it right here. So let's lock it in. So before I get into all of that, if you're new to this channel and you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification, and drop us a like. So what I basically did on Monday, yesterday, was I woke up in the morning quite early, and I wish I had stayed up a little bit later, because had I done so, I probably would still be in the trade now based on the sentiment that I had in regards to the market, right? And also as well, the position would have been much better. So essentially, I woke up at around 7 in the morning, pulled out my phone, and I jumped straight into this move over here, this candle over here with a sell, right? And where I had my stop was up here to begin with. So I was covering this location up here, right? And this trade, in all fairness, I was a little bit ambitious with this trade, so I kind of went in with a bit of size, right? And basically what happened was, as the Monday went on, I saw price pull up to this level over here, and then I decided, with my infinite wisdom, to move my stop down here. And as you can see, price went nicely in there, grabbed all of my dough, and then started pulling back down again, right? So right now, as it stands, I'm not in any trade at all, right? I'm not in any trade at all. And the trade that I was in, I straight lost that. So that's gone bye-bye, right? So with that all said and done, we're going to begin the analysis for this week, which is from week commencing the 2nd. That was yesterday's video, but however, we're looking at this week, so today being the 3rd. So we're going to look at some of the moves that I'm looking for in terms of when I am most likely going to jump back into the market, and we're just going to take it from there. All right, so first things first, let's get rid of all of these levels right here. This FVG has been violated, so you see price has gone in, moved away from it. So we're just going to get rid of all of these for now. Going to get rid of this, going to get rid of this, get rid of that, get rid of that. I might need to readjust the channel again, because so far this kind of has the hallmark of a weird looking range, right? So we're going to adjust a few things on here, make sure it all makes sense. Push this one back. The FVGs that we have in the area so far, they all seem pretty solid, so we're going to keep them there. Let's get rid of this label. Let's get rid of this label also. We don't need that. And let's get rid of this label also. And let's get rid of this one. Let's try and keep this as clean as possible. Let me see if there's anything else that I need to get rid of. Nope, everything looks relatively cool. Okay. So now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to locate the weekly high of last week and the weekly low of last week, right? So as it stands, it looks like the weekly high of last week, if I can just get this dead on. The weekly high of last week is roughly the same level as the high of the previous week. So we're just going to keep that there as standard. And then we're going to locate the weekly low, which came in on, say, Tuesday, give or take. Yeah, you could say Tuesday or Monday night. Either way, it could be either or. So let's bring that in there. Let's set that to the weekly low, and let's go to settings on that. Make this black, style, black, and we're happy with that as it stands right now, and we're in the new week, right? And then also what I've started doing, especially when I'm analyzing the NAS, but I haven't done so with the on gold, is I'm going to bring in the fib levels. So let's just bring in, which one are we using? I've got so many different types of fibs. Let's apply default. Let's go into the settings, and we want to keep, we don't want this, we don't want that, we don't want that, and we don't want that. And we're going to keep, no, we're going to keep the levels. We're going to center the labels, and we're going to get rid of that as well. And also we're going to get rid of background color. Going to hit OK. We're going to highlight this again. We're going to jump in here. We're going to make it all black. Actually, no, let's make it, let's think of a different color. Let's make it blue. I think the lines are a bit, okay, yep. Perfect. Great. That's exactly what we want. So I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this fib level, right? And when it comes to the fib, depending on how you're using it, it really doesn't matter on the direction of the fib. So essentially, there's only three levels that I care about when it comes to the fib, right? The 100%, the 0%, and the 50%. As a matter of fact, let's just clean this up entirely. Let's go back into the fib again, and let's get rid of the ones we don't need. So we don't want that, we don't want that, we don't want that, and we don't want that. So you want 0, 1, and 5%, and the 50%. So basically, we want it looking like this, right? So last week, this is the zone. This is the situation that we had, and this whole entire fib level is based off the weekly high and the weekly low. Another thing as well, let me get rid of this. It's also really annoying to have this on the screen. Okay, right, so it looks much better. So we have the 1%, 50%, and 0%, right? And what we're basically looking for, especially in regards to when price starts doing its thing for this week that we're in right now, is we want to see where price comes up to, and we want to see where price starts moving away from, right? So in my opinion, if I was looking for buys or sells, I would want to take them either above this level, the 50%, or below the 50%, right? Depending on how it looks. So that's how I would want to do it. So right now, with price doing what it's doing right now, okay, especially in the structure that it's in, I don't know if price is going to break down from this channel that it's now in right now. So let me just highlight this channel so at least it's quite clear for you guys to see. Let's make this black. Okay. So I don't know if price is going to break down from this channel or keep pushing up. Now, if it gets to the 50%, you could kind of take a bit of a risk on here with a small stop or a sensible stop, right? And try to catch a sell somewhere above this channel over here. But another thing that you're also going to need to bear in mind if you decide that this is the direction you want to go down, this is the move you want to do, is that just because this channel has a higher probability of breaking downwards, sometimes it goes up, right? And you need to be mindful about that, because essentially we had the same channel in this area over here, right? And it should have broken down. It acted like he wanted to break down, and then he continued pushing up again, and then it collapsed back down. Now it's doing the whole channel situation again, and we need to kind of determine what direction it is going to blow off in, whether it's going to be to the upside or to the downside. As it stands, I don't really know. Now, in regards to what we got happening this week, so we've had some news this week, right? So let's just jump into the news. And we want metals. Just gonna go into the calendar. So that's this week. So we've had reports today. Let me just make sure this setting is all set up properly. Okay, yeah. So we've had reports today, right? The most recent one came in at 3. It was higher, so it was bad for metals. Let's have a look at the time, 1500. Hence why we got the push to the upside over here. So bad means price is going to go up. Good means price is going to come down. It's going to get cheaper. Kind of straightforward to work your head around the fundamentals. So essentially the data's come out, right? Market sentiment in regards to current structure of the day went against the bullish sentiment that market had, right? So as it stands, market is heading in a direction to say that it might take out the low of today that it created to create a new low for today, based on what we're looking at right now, right? And at the same time, we also need to be mindful about the news that will be coming out tomorrow. So tomorrow we have the US ADP non-farm employment change. Then we have the ISM services PMI. Then we have the Fed chair, he's going to be speaking. Then on Thursday, we've got nothing. And then on Friday, we've got the big ones. And then next week, we should have CPI on the Wednesday, give or take. So let's just take a look at next week as well to see what we've got going on. Yep, so CPI on the Wednesday, right? So these are the things that we need to be mindful of in regards to this week, especially tomorrow. And we want to make sure that if we are going to jump into the market, we want to find the best possible setup that we can find to help us navigate that. Now, in my opinion, based on what I'm looking at right now, market has created a condition that is really not favorable if you want to get in using weekly lows and weekly highs, right? Because chances are, if market makes it all the way down to this weekly low over here, okay, it's going to be in the FEG zone, which is the bullish FEG zone. So chances are there is a probability it could bounce back up again. It could actually do that, which is going to be so annoying. So you want to be careful when the weekly low is taken out, and the weekly high being taken out. I don't expect it to blow past this and then keep going. I will expect it to do some kind of pullback as well. So these are things that I am super worried about. In all fairness, I'm not optimistic about moves in gold for this week. I'm actually in two minds to see if I'm actually want to jump in now to see if I can find opportunities in there for this week, because I don't really see anything in regards to the situation that we got going on over here. It's not looking good at all. Let me jump into a day and see what I can find on a day. Let me just see what I can find on a day. Hopefully I can see something interesting. Okay, well, okay, so this is what annoys me the most about this situation. This really does annoy me. So all in all, the direction that I'm facing in regards to selling gold, right, is the correct one. Because there is a high probability, just looking at how this move over here is going on right now, right, that price is going to break downwards. Okay, we have the daily FVG that was here that I took off not too long ago, which has been violated, and it looks like price is going to be pushing back down into these FVG zones, and chances are it's going to blow all the way down. But at the same time, because of this structure over here, there is that level of probability as well that it's going to push up to the upside, right? In a nutshell, if you want my honest opinion as to what's going on in the market right now, I don't really know what he plans to do. I'm going to need a bit more data. So I think the next video that I'm going to be doing on gold is going to be on Thursday. So on Thursday, hopefully I might have some ideas as to what to do and how we need to do it and what we need to look out for. But as it stands, I don't have no clear indication as to what gold is trying to do. Right, that's my best honest opinion that I can give you. I don't know what else to add to that. Apart from, you should be seeing 2 videos right about now. Right, so one of them is going to be on back testing, the other one's going to be on the previous video to this one, so go check them both out. And whilst you're doing that, I will see all you peoples again on the next one.